In this week's Speaker's Corner are highway signs like this one here welcoming you into the city of Toronto a bit off. It's all about the number there. Some say the population count is not accurate. So who changes these signs and when? We were asked to look into it. Welcome to Toronto. According to the highway signs, the population is 2.7 million. The population of the city of Toronto is.
But I believe it's about 4 million.
Not exactly yet. While Marcelo Ramirez isn't correct, the sign isn't either. According to Statistics Canada, the current population of the city is 2.98 million, so the sign is off by more than 200,000 people. It's not just Toronto. Highway signs for places like Oshawa, Whitby, and Mississauga are also very out of date.
These are the types of things that, people do notice and experience in their daily lives.
Maddie Siamantiki is the interim director of the School of Cities at the U of T.
Does for people have this mental image and reflect, hierarchies and weights of community and importance that I think people do tie to this idea of, what's on the sign.
According to the Ministry of Transportation, the signs are changed every 5 years after the census numbers are released. The numbers are never spot on, instead rounded up to the nearest 1,000 for populations that are over 25,000.
But why does it matter for a sign, or what's the big deal if we are off by a few 100,000 people?
I think if that's your biggest concern right now, then you're living a great life. If someone is going to go out and do work, changing the signs on the highway to update the population numbers would probably not be my number one choice of where money would go. I would start with long-term care. Into the healthcare system, providing affordable housing for the many people who are homeless. There's many places, and of course, like the street signs, the aggregated number of how much money the street signs are costing are not going to solve those problems, and fund those gaps.
Probably not. According to the MTO, the signs cost anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 to change. But it begs the question, if population counts change so much, so fast, why even put the number there in the first place?
And this is partly about how others view us, and very much about how we see ourselves and where we see ourselves in Canada and in North America. And also at the other end of the spectrum, you have people taking pride in being a tiny town of a few hundred, and the pride of place that comes with being in a very tight-knit small community. So population does reflect, does for people have this mental image and reflect, hierarchies and weights of community and importance that I think people do tie to this idea of, what's on the sign.
Expect to see the signs change soon once the 2021 census numbers are released. Whether it's questions about highway signs or something else, if you have an issue, question, or story, we'd love to hear from you. Hit us up on the Speaker's Corner section on the City News website. Patt Taney, City News.